Hello everyone and welcome back to a 48th annual Sun and Fun International Expo. Used to be in fly-in, but it's still a fly-in. We drive in, we fly in, we walk in, any way you can get here. I'm Ben Coleman, your anchor host, the Florida Aviation Network, coming to you live and in the clear, not scattered, in the clear, from the Central Florida Aerospace Academy. And thank you, James C. Ray Foundation, for providing us the grant and the funds to make this high school come to pass. It is a pinnacle of the aviation industry for not only Central Florida, but Florida and the nation, and hopefully soon to be the world. We have that opportunity in front of us. All we have to do is utilize it. This is the last day of the event, the show, and we just enjoyed a nice interview with the outgoing president and CEO of Sun and Fun, Leitz Leenhoutz. Now, we're turning the page. We're going to get in with the new president and CEO of Sun and Fun, Mr. Gene Conrad. Gene.
How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Gene, always good to see you. And Gene, or can I say Gino?
Oh.
Gino. Okay, Leitz, John Leenhoutz is Leitz. Gene, only if he gives you permission to say Gino.
Yes.
Other than that, he's got some people that can turn your kneecaps around. No.
All my years up at Oshkosh, they call me Gino up there when I'm on the radio, so that's where I got it from.
Good. Gene, we go back many, many years, and you have done a phenomenal job, of course, with the Lakeland, used to be regional, now international airport. You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
I may have had something to do with that. You know, long story short, I was born in Oshkosh, grew up around EAA. My father was the airport manager there from 1975 to 87, and he was an airport director manager for 30 years, and I kind of always knew what I was going to do when I grew up. And when I found out that the Lakeland Linda Regional Airport, at the time the position was open, actually up at AirVenture back in 2009, it just seemed like a natural fit for me just because of being part of Oshkosh and Experimental Aircraft Association and volunteering up there and being in airport management. And I saw it was open and jumped all over it. And in January 2010, I got down here to Lakeland, Florida.
Excellent. Excellent. I tell you, the airport has transitioned quite a bit. And we've been roaming around here for, 25, 30 years. Actually, I just got my 25-year pin.
Oh, excellent. Congratulations.
Didn't you know, and I'm only 30 years old, so I started when I was 5.
Yeah.
So, Gene, the one thing, and I can remember when you came to the airport, and it's always been the fact that it's always been a class act. And that doesn't just start and permeate from the bottom and work up. It starts at the top and works down. So I'm encouraged, and not that Leitz is not a class act.
Oh, he's a class act, totally.
No, Leitz is just an act. Okay? No, Leitz has got some class, but you bring a different type of class to the operation. And there will be some changes, no doubt, but I'm sure that they will be positive changes, and coming out of your mind, they will be well premeditated and very well thought through changes, not just flip it. And in the military, the new commander takes over, they come in and say, paint all the trash cans purple. Well, why paint them purple? They look good in drab, olive drab, because I say so. So there's going to be a certain amount of that with you, but it starts at the top and it ends at the top.
Oh yeah, and trust me, I feel the pressure because there's a lot of people here this week. Obviously, me being the new guy coming in, and I've heard and everybody stopped me, and I want to hear and I want to listen. I've talked to a lot of folks this week, so I am feeling the pressure because this is a very, very important event, and a lot of people love it, and I love it just as much. But being at the helm, there's a lot of responsibility, and so I'm feeling it. But Monday's a new day, and we're going to be ready to go. But I'll tell you, so when I got here back in 2010. you know, there was a lot to do here. This airport, you know, I had read meeting minutes from the airport advisory board meetings from Rick Garcia. He was at meetings, and I'm like, who's this Rick Garcia guy? Well, he's the chairman of the board of Ace and Sun and Fun.
Right.
You know, but you know, and obviously owns Gulf Coast Avionics. You know, but there were a lot of challenges here as the airport, and there was a lot that needed to be done. And I was 34 years old when I came here, so I'm very passionate, I'm dedicated, love the airport, love the industry, but I'll tell you, I didn't have a plan when I got here. We just moved in a direction. And we made mistakes and things happen. And you know, I always say, as long as you don't kill anybody, we're good. We can make mistakes, it's tuition, we'll fix it. But it was just moving in a direction, having a vision, and then having a group of people and a team that are dedicated and passionate just like myself. You know, when we're hiring new people, when I was over at the airport, you know, we can hire people with all kinds of skills, but if you're not dedicated and you're not passionate to what we all do here in this industry, that's a challenge. We need people that appreciate and understand the complexities of what we deal with and can help us move forward. But we got a lot done at the airport. You know, there were 800 people that worked here at the airport 10, 12 years ago, and now there's over 3,000.
Yeah.
The economic impact then was 167 million annually. It's now over 1 billion. We put, you know, invested well over $500 million into the airport. You know, and that's great. But, you know, when I found out, you know, obviously when Lights, announced his retirement, and, you know, in my upbringing, I was like, you know, there's a lot of back and forth. I had a great job, you know, but this is a very important place. Every decision we made at the airport, construction, master plans, you know, we just finished up the construction on Echo Sierra right before this event, even, you know, as I was coming over here. But everything we do, it always starts with how does it affect Sun and Fun? I know there's worried about the development on the airport and future plans and all of that.
Things will change.
Yes, but we were very purposeful. For example, in the master plan, everything on the south side, we did not show development because this fly-in, right, this Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo, and obviously ACE and all the educational aspects of what we do are important, not only for this airport, but for this region and for the country. And again, we were very purposeful in our planning. So I know there's been a lot of talk as I've gone around in the campgrounds and all that. Well, these exhibit buildings won't be here next year. That's not the case. There's plans for a future parallel runway, but that's 8 to 10 years out. But we, as you know, ACE and Sun and Fun, we need to take our time now over the next several years and do a master site plan, because things are going to evolve and change, but we need to be ready for those changes, and we need to have a plan together so when the airport starts making moves, we start making the moves with them, because they're our partner and they care. Trust me, they care. You know, but we need to be prepared for that, but also it gives us an opportunity to really, you know, in a positive manner, it's like a blank slate, right? Because those exhibit buildings are going to move, but we can reshape the event and shift and do things and really create a great customer experience, a guest experience, and a flying experience for people that are coming here every single year. So our goal is at the 50th Central Florida Aerospace Expo, which is 2 years away, to have all those plans solidified so we can share that to the world that's coming here to this great event and show them what it's going to look like over the next 50 years.
Gene, and the beauty part, like you just mentioned about, okay, we may lose hangar A, B, or exhibit area A, B. They were hangars. Yep. And then they were exhibit areas. So you're going to have the opportunity to help mold exhibit area that we can use as hangars through the other part of the year. So there will be custom design and fit to flow and work.
So instead of having 4 exhibit buildings, for example, that are each 20,000 square foot, we have 2 that are 40,000 square foot, right? Because really, when you think about all the year-round activities that occur here on this campus, it's important, you know, because we need to pay the bills, and we also need to provide in the programming for our youth educational programs, and so we do year-round events, but also we can set that up and have special events here year-round to support our mission here at ACE.
And Gene, an observation that I've made through the years is all the accolades that would come toward the airport and the airport management, even though everybody knew that Gene was kind of driving this, but you weren't the one taking the credit. You would always share it with your staff, and that's the key and the mark of a true leader. And you are going to have a new opportunity, because that was from a government role, basically an employee. Well, you're still kind of an employee, but you're at the top of a civilian-run organization. And have you ever worked a lot with volunteers?
Well, I volunteer up at Oshkosh for the last 34 years, so I get...
You speak the language.
I speak the language, but I will tell you, so I love airplanes. I've loved this event this week, but what I've truly loved is even weeks prior, and I've been over here for a month now, is working with the yearly birds and the early birds, and then obviously the volunteers that get here, several days before the event and through the event. It is unbelievable. Being over the airport, you think you know stuff and you think you know what's going on. But
Get in the trenches.
I will tell you, I love logistics, and this is a logistical animal. This whole event.
I'm glad you said animal, not nightmare.
No. It's an animal, but you got to feed the animal.
Yeah.
And that's one thing too that I've been going around and talking to the different areas and the different volunteers. And logistically, we have some challenges here, right? And I'll say vehicle parking is always the big one. And even when I was at the airport, we'd get the phone calls because we're having big crowds coming in. Lights and the team here and all the volunteers over the last decade have done a phenomenal job to really reinvent this program and what we do for this 6 days, and we have a lot of people coming, but with that there become challenges, right? So we're going to spend a lot of time this year, and here's the deal, I'm not perfect, right? But I'm going to tell you what, we're going to put in perfect effort. All right, so it doesn't mean whatever we plan is going to be perfect the next year or whatnot, but we're going to put in a lot of effort in our planning and working with the team here and all the partners too, because we got Lakeland Police Department, Polk County Sheriff's Office, again, all of our volunteers, and there's a lot of opinions and insight, and we're going to need to gather that and put the best plan together, because we want to get people in here. They want to be here. There are great things to see here. We want to inspire those kids, but if we can't get those kids in here, we're missing the mark, so we're going to work aggressively on that over the next couple of years.
Gene, I got to admit, I was not aware that we had an overflow east parking area.
Yes, we do.
And I got a little bit nervous the other day. I went out to pick up some friends coming in, and I finally found it, but the grass was up kind of high.
Yep.
And I had a vision of, do you recall the fires?
I wasn't here for the fires. I will tell you,
man.
I was here a couple years after the fires, and then I was wondering, why are we burning the field? So I can appreciate burning the field in the parking lot. That's one thing, but burning the field where the airplanes are parking, I got accosted by quite a few people worrying about their airplanes, which I appreciate, and their dirty ankles walking around in soot. And so we stopped that process. And I will tell you, and hopefully people have noticed this, over the last several years, we really invested when I was at the airport on equipment so we could manicure these grounds, so when people come here and park their, they're their babies. Those airplanes are our friends' babies, and we want to make sure they're not getting dirty and they're happy when they come and go. So we spent a lot of time working on that.
The aroma of smoke and coming out of the south, and we're at the FAA building up on top.
Yep.
Anybody smell smoke? And good. I won't go there. Look back in the annals of, I guess, Wikipedia or something, along with the weather. The fire, we were ready to bail. We were abandoned ship.
Yep.
We really almost came close to having to bail out. Gene, as we kind of wrap up, and I know you're going to have people pulling and tugging on you like never before. And
I know it's been like that this week.
And even us, where's Gene?
Yep.
Yeah, he's supposed to be here at 11. Good luck.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And if there's anything that we can do here at the network, and again, we're a full volunteer staff. I don't know if Obie's given you the walkthrough, but to let you know, okay, we're passionate about aviation safety, and we are going to do anything we can do to help get that word out. And again, I always put people on the spot. So we're only talking about to 200, is it 225,000 now, Steve, that this is going out to? But a quarter of a million. Let's just call it 250,000 people. That's not too far off because it's available to anyone that has a good internet connection. And everything's going to be streaming now. So let's take advantage of it. And anything that we can do to help you do your job is going to help us do our job. It's a symbiotic relationship. We feed each other and we feed off each other's energy. You got some big shoes to fill.
Yes, I do. I've heard that several times this week. But I've also said in response, candidly, I have bigger feet. So,
Okay.
And Lights heard me say that, so he shouldn't be upset that I just said that. So,
how's your ego? Oh, never mind. I didn't say that. I didn't. No, Lights. I love him like a brother. And by the way, my call sign is Milk Jug.
Oh, really? I'd never heard that.
Stop and think about it. We'll develop that not on camera, but. Gene, is there something that you would like to leave us with as we start to spool this down and let you get on to your next
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. Again, we touched on it earlier, but there are a lot of people. There's a lot of chatter out there reference the site and the future of Sun and Fun and all that. And I will tell you, it is secure. It is going to be great. We're going to do a lot of planning, but everybody needs to be focused on the next 50 years and helping us get that done. We are going to be here for a long, long time. And again, because this event is super important, but also our mission on a year-round basis. And, this is the fundraiser for ACE, the Aerospace Center for Excellence, and it's all about the next generation. And I will tell you, even when I was the airport director for 12 years here and being part of everything that's going on here, because we were part of the development of this building, the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, the Lakeland Aero Club, getting the grass strip put in, getting it certified with the FAA. So all of these activities, but it is about the next generation. And so we can all come here and have fun, but it's important for people to know whether it's exhibitors, it's people flying in, or they're paying for parking, or buying tickets and using the vendors here. It's about putting back into aviation education, and we need to get the next generation going. And everybody hopefully is aware there's a pilot shortage, a mechanic shortage. We need air traffic controllers. We need skilled people in this industry. And I will tell you, we are going to be laser focused on that on a year-round basis. The fly-in is one piece of what we do. The Aerospace Expo is one piece of what we do, but that our mission, engaging, educating, accelerating the next generation of aviation or aerospace professionals, we're going to be laser focused on that, and that is important.
Fundraising. This is something that we have put off, and I can't put it off anymore, but it's so important. Just the finale of buying a brick and putting your name on it, because believe it or not, nobody's getting out of this world alive.
Yep.
So
you never know.
There's always hope.
Yeah, you never know.
We want to leave something behind, and we want to leave something positive behind, even if it's a brick with your name in it.
Yep.
It's part of the foundation. And there's a lot that have come before us. There will be many more after us. But if we don't leave them a well-constructed structure, if you will, on how to provide forward growth, we're all lost. We're all lost. And,
yeah,
and you know how to do that.
And I will tell you, one of the things is that, so with the special relationship that we have with the Polk County Public Schools for this facility that feeds then the foundation that provides the scholarships, that lease expires in 2036.
That's around the corner.
And that scholarship, those monies going into that foundation to provide those scholarship, it dwindles at that point. So over the next decade plus, we're going to be working diligently to grow our endowment, which is at $1 million right now. And my goal is over the next decade would be to get it to 20 million. So therefore we could take the interest off of that chunk of money and put that into the foundation. And I know that's a new thing, but that's something we're all going to need to focus on because these programs are important, but we're going to work diligently to get it where it needs to be. And that may sound like a big goal, but you got to have a goal and something to shoot for, so we're going to move forward.
No, and I did like your analogy for being perfect. We may not achieve perfection, but if you don't at least always strive for it, you're mediocrity.
Yep.
You're never going to make it.
Well, that's what I told my 14-year-old a couple of years ago, because he was struggling in school, and I was like, buddy, I love you. I don't expect perfection, but we need to put in perfect effort. So I will tell you, he's now a freshman in high school. He's having his best year ever. He didn't do it in kindergarten and first grade and second grade, but he's doing it as a freshman, and so I'm super proud of him. But that's what we're going to do, and it's about finding passionate and dedicated folks to be part of this team, which there are a lot of folks out there, and there's a lot of people that want to help, right? But we need to be able to communicate that clearly on what we need and what we're doing, and get the word out there as best as possible. And you all are helping us do that, so I appreciate that.
We're trying. We're trying.
Absolutely.
We're going to be perfect.
We're going to put in perfect effort. There you go.
Tell us a little bit about our brothers and sisters up to the north, EAA. Do you talk to anybody up there from time to time?
Well, actually, when the announcement was made, the press release went out that I was coming over here, Jack Pelton sent me a message on Facebook Messenger, and about 15 minutes after that came out. So I thought that was super nice for him to do that. And then this week as well, Sean Elliott, who does all their governmental affairs up there for the Experimental Aircraft Association, he reached out to me this week as well. And I've known a lot of those folks. I mean, again, growing up at Oshkosh, sitting in Steve Whitman's hangar when I was a kid, and his wife Dorothy bring me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing Paul Pobresny. And I'll tell you one thing about Paul. I love him, but he promised me a ride in his P-51, you know, and I never got it. So
No,
anyway,
well, not yet.
and
We may have to
as a
do it.
kid, he told me that. I was always looking forward to it.
We
But
may have to do that on a different plane.
there you go. There
Different
you go.
location.
But growing up around Tom Poberezny and Bob Hoover and Chuck Yeager, and I got to meet all of these individuals.
Charlie Hillard.
You know, Charlie Hillard,
Yeah.
and you know, his wife Doreen was here
Yeah.
this year, and so that was awesome to have her here. You know, and volunteering up there. But I will tell you, and I've said this several times this week, and Paul Poberezny always said it: the planes bring us together, but the people bring us back.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
I agree. Fred Hyde was here where you were sitting, the new superintendent for Polk County School System. He's blown away. And this was his first opportunity to get down here. And he said, all this traffic, where's those traffic come from? Oh, it's Sun and Fun.
Yep.
So it's that time of year, every year. We love the traffic. We all hate the traffic, but we love that there's that much activity coming on.
Well,
but we got it down. We got it streamlined. The flow is working. It works.
Yep. But we got to work. We're gonna. There's a lot of enthusiasm out there, and that's the key. And I'll tell you, lights. Talk about a cheerleader and someone. He can light up a room. And I will tell you, like, I'm a little bit more reserved, so I just want to make everybody aware of that, right? I'm not, you know, Lights has that call sign for a reason, you know, but I will tell you, he's done a phenomenal job, along with his wife, Nancy, and their love and passion and dedication for this organization is why we are where we are today. And, you know, when I got here 12 years ago and then Lights came on board, you know, if you think about it, for this airport and this ecosystem and what has been created here, the stars aligned. And, you know, I just felt, you know, to be honest, a personal responsibility, you know, to come over here and, you know, who else, you know, someone has to take care of this place and everything that's going on. And, you know, I just have a unique background, so we'll give her a shot.
Well, he hands you the keys tomorrow.
Well, it may be at 5:01 today, so
Okay.
I've heard that too, but I said, let's do it at 8 o'clock Monday morning. I need to go home and take a nap.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired.
Take a nap, take a shower,
Yes.
relax, kick back. Okay, and that mud out in the field, that's really not mud. That's just rearranged earth, okay?
That's correct.
So and it's not dirt. It's just, it's livelihood is what it is.
Well, you know, it's funny, leading up to the expo, it was dry and there was dust everywhere. We were like, we need a little rain to knock the dust down. Well, then we got a lot of rain on the Friday and Saturday before, and then Thursday didn't help. But hey, we adapt, overcome, and there's a great team of folks here that are out there. I get up in the morning, I come out here, and I'm seeing Tim Wells, who's, you know, the site executive director for the site here, and they're out here at 1:30 in the morning dealing with mud and the overflow camping, and there's people working around the clock, dedicated to but it's dedication to this mission, and that's what they're here for.
Gene.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll
Appreciate
see
you.
you. Why don't we see you? Why don't we do this next year? How about Sun and Fun 49?
Yeah, we'll give you an update, see where we are.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
All right.
Ben Coleman, your anchor host here at Florida Aviation Network. We're out for 2022. See you next year.